Yo, what's up, gang members? I know it's been a while, but now I'm finally back. Firstly, I wish you a happy new year. I hope you had some great holidays. I also had great holidays, a really nice time. And I have some updates here in my studio, soft boxes, so we'll never miss a great light again. Today I have a remix, so my latest official single, and it's a remix from the great song Find Your Way by DOPPE and KOKKE and the singer Justin ERINN. So yeah, let's just listen to the original song.
Everything that's yours is waiting for you. Every dream you have is bound to come true. Hold strong, patience is a virtue. Hold your own, there's nothing you can't get through.
And now let's listen to my remix.
Everything that's yours is waiting for you. Every dream you have is bound to come true. Hold strong, patience is a virtue. Hold your own, there's nothing you can't get through. You're gonna find your way.
Alright, so before we dive into the project file, I just want to remember you, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok to always get updated when I'm releasing new singles or if I'm DJing at any events. And also don't forget to check out my Sound Better profile if you need a producer or someone who produces your tracks as a ghost producer or anything else. All the links are provided in my description. Alright, so after I've mentioned everything important, let's dive into the project file. Alright, so as always, let's start right at the beginning. What was the process? So I've listened to the original song and it was a bit slower as the regular house tempo. So I've made the track faster to 126 BPM to make the track more danceable. That was what I aimed for. So after I have set the tempo to 126 BPM, I've started to produce a kind of deep house track. So this is the vocals. The intro, and now it starts.
It just takes a moment. Everything could change in the blink of an eye.
Really great vocals, also with harmonies and everything included. You need a great intro because a listener on Spotify or on any other streaming platform only has about 3 seconds after he decides is he skipping or not. So the intro should rather be really short. And I've decided to put a guitar plug right at the beginning, because it sounds very interesting. And yeah, that's actually it in the intro. There is also an atmosphere sound that gets faded in. And then it starts right away with some effect sounds that are introducing the first part. And then I kept it really simple. The guitar plug is still playing, but I lowered the volume a bit. So the intro is louder than the guitar plug in the first part. And I added some more reverb. At the intro I faded the reverb in and then I kept it at the same level. Also, I really wanted to build atmosphere in this track. So I added a lot of atmosphere things and sounds in the background, as you will see in the next couple of minutes. So right now there are playing 3 atmosphere sounds. This one, another transition atmosphere sound, and the third one sounding like this. More like a arpeggio. Yeah, and of course, the last element in the part is the respace for the low end. I also added a compressor to make the volume level steady, and yeah, added some reverb and stuff, nothing special. So that's it with the first half of the part. Then let's continue with the second half. I've added some elements. Firstly, another guitar sound. And with the regular guitar and the vocals, it sounds like this.
The good ones that you found, keep them right by your side when you don't know the direction.
Yeah, and as you can hear, there is a sidechain going on because I also have a kick and a snap. And I sidechain the kick to the vocals and all the other elements. As you can see, here is a compressor with the sidechain mode turned on, and I've chosen the kick, so it gets sidechained by the kick. Then another 3 effect sounds, an impact, a riser, and another riser. To groove in the next section, and a lot of atmosphere sounds, so kind of a lead sound, but really in the background. Also sidechain to the kick. Another one, the same as before. Again, the transition atmosphere sound. And yeah, the new one, this one. And as you can see, I've added an auto pan. So I want to kind of build a stereo image, and I've added the auto pan so the background sound gets panned left and right more, and we get this stereo imaging. And of course the respace. They've also used a really useful trick to make the respace more interesting. I'm automating the cutoff filter, as you can see here. So it opens and closes, and yeah, it just creates an atmosphere and makes it more interesting instead of just having a steady respace sound that's really, really boring. So let's continue to the third section, the build-up part. There, the guitar turns off, so there is no guitar anymore. And of course, we need some build-up drums. We have a snare build-up and a second one. Really fast, and some effect sound, another impact and transition. And of course a riser that rises the tension in the whole build-up section and introduces to the drop. Then again our atmosphere sounds, a new one. And the most important element is the main lead sound, sounding like this. Yeah, I cut all the low ends because I don't need them in my lead sounds, and I've added an auto filter plugin, so the lead sound gets introduced before it really drops. So yeah, the lead sound is from Serum, and it's a preset. Pretty simple, only using an saw wave. And that's actually the build-up part. Yeah, let's listen to the build-up part with the vocals.
Everything is yours is waiting for you. Every dream you have is bound to come true. Hold strong, patience is a virtue. Hold your own, there's nothing you can't get through.
Yes, nice. So let's continue with the last section with the drop. I had the vocals and I think I wasn't quite sure if I should really change them, so I just added a small detail and I chopped them a bit, and now they sound like this.
You're gonna find your way.
Yeah, and I added a pitch drop at the end of it. Just a little detail, but nothing really big. And this one. And the same at the second half of the drop. It's also just like this kind of vocal chop.
You're gonna find your way.
Yeah, so then the main lead that I already got introduced in the build-up. And here I've used some tricks. Firstly, I have the utility plugin with which I'm sidechaining to the kick, but manually. So I'm just sidechaining the gain knob and making basically a sidechain out of it. And also, again, I am, as you can see here, Serum Macro 1, I'm also sidechaining the cutoff filter again to open it up and closing the lead sound to again make it more interesting and varying the sound instead of just playing the same sound on and on. Then there is this sound. An atmosphere plug that's in the background, and together with the main lead and the vocals it already sounds like this.
You're gonna find your way.
I really love it, it's such a great song. Then we have the atmosphere lead sound that also was in the part section, sounding like this. Yeah, but it's also compressed a bit, and I've added an EQ to get rid of the low ends because I really want to have a tight mix and I only want the frequencies I really need. And a utility plugin, again, for sidechaining reasons. And let's get to the drums. Drums in-house are always pretty the same, so there's nothing special to say. I just want to show you a little trick here. I have two tracks for the kick, so one for the first and the third hit and one for the second and the fourth hit, so where the clap is. And on the second and the fourth hit where the clap is, I've added to the kick an EQ, and I've added an high cut filter to get rid of some highs because I have the highs in the clap, so I get a cleaner mix. And yeah, so we have a kick. A clap, and a clap fill, some effects and downlifters which I've also added to the drum group, some cymbals, yeah, and some hi-hat and tech house loops. And that's basically it. I've grouped them all into one group in Ableton, to the drums group. Then I added a low cut to cut all the lows under about 20 Hertz because we don't need them. And I've added a K-clip, a really good clipper plugin to make the drums a bit more crunchy. So I've added some gain and I just clipped it a bit. Yeah, so let's get to the last thing, the bass. As you can see, there are a lot of layers here. I have, of course, a sub bass, as always, which I'm also compressing, and I have a respace in the background without any sub and low end because I have it in my sub bass and I don't want it in all the other layers. Again, everything is sidechained to the kick. And then I have my 4 layers for, yeah, a bit more the plucky style of bass and for the high and mid bass. So the first layer sounds like this. Second. Third. And as you can see, I've always cutted the low end because I don't need them, because I have a sub bass, a separate sub bass. And I have also a steady mid high bass. Yeah, and I grouped all the basses and added some effects. Again, I cut the low end, some compression, OTT, saturation, an EQ, and a wider plugin from Polyverse to get it more to the sides, to get the bass sound more to the sides. And in the whole group, in the whole bass group, there is my utility plugin to sidechain it. And also an EQ from Ableton, and I've chosen the mid side mode, and on the side mode I'm cutting everything under 100 Hertz because that's where the sub bass is, and I want this part, so the sub bass, to be mono. Yeah, and that's actually everything I did in this remix. It took me like 1 day and it's already about almost 30,000 streams so far. So I'm really grateful, thank you. And that's how I made this banger. So again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, like and subscribe on YouTube, and check out my Sound Better profile. If you have any questions, any recommendations on my next videos, what you want to see, what you want to produce me or show you, don't waste any time and write it in the comments, and see you the next time. Peace!